welcome to what a morning.
In the starry sky, my baby told me with a sigh, saying words that came.
Good morning, everyone. Can you guys see me? I literally just woke up, and this is what waking up in the province looks like. It's so what do you call it? You can hear in the background like the chicken trying to wake all the people here. Anyway, I'm just probably stuff. Anyway, for today's vlog, I'm gonna be doing a, or I'm gonna be bringing you guys like to a fun way, but at the same time, it's kind of like educational purposes or some sort of informational because we're gonna be tackling about the it's my pumpkin, it's my nuffle. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about some serious stuff, like talking about influencers. Should they be held accountable for their post? For the things that they do. So yeah, but we're gonna do it in a fun way, okay? Bye. But here's the big question. Should influencers and public figures be held accountable for their posts and for spreading misinformation? Right, Yuki? Well, if you have a platform and maybe a lot of followers, if you're a content creator, or if you have a podcast and you know that you have a lot of listeners, you should be cautious with what you post because you know that you have an impact on whatever you post. Like, you get me? Okay, so now let's talk about it in a local context. You know who Tony Gonzaga is, right? I know for sure that you know Tony Gonzaga. I know Tony Gonzaga. Your mom knows who Tony Gonzaga is, and probably your whole family and your whole, not ancestor. It's just kidding, but your whole family know who Tony Gonzaga is. You get me? Because she's a very big person here in the Philippines. She has a massive following and she influences a lot of people because she's been in the industry for like I don't know how many years already, but she's been too long. She's been too long. She's been too long. It's been too long since she's been in the industry, and so a lot of you follows her, follows what she do with the trends and everything and everything. Well, the thing about Tony Gonzaga is that in 2022 she publicly supported a local candidate, a candidate that has, a lot of issues because at some point people criticizes her for publicly showing a support to that certain candidate who apparently has a lot of issues in the Philippines, but we're going to be tackling it about in the next. Now let's talk about when influence doesn't go so well. Back in 2022, Tony Gonzaga, one of the most popular hosts and influencers in the country, got dragged online for publicly supporting Bongbong Marcos during the elections. She even hosted his campaign rally and interviewed him on her YouTube show, Tony Talks. But here's the thing, she didn't ask any tough questions about martial law or his family's history, which, let's be real, is a big deal. People called her out for using her platform to promote someone tied to historical distortion. And since she's super influential, a lot of netizens felt that she should have been more responsible with her voice. Now, don't get me wrong, she has every right to support whoever she wants. But when millions of people look up to you, your words carry weight. You can't just promote someone without giving people the full picture, especially when it involves something as big as history and truth. Alright, so I've given you already, guys, on one example about a content creator who got backlash because of her views. So now let's flip the energy, and let's talk about a good example. Someone who uses her platform to educate and inspire, like literally and genuinely. Well, back in 2020, when I was still active on Facebook, when I was in my Facebook era, I watch like every videos on Facebook. And then while I was scrolling, I stumbled upon this one content creator. At first I was really like not interested because it's pandemic and there's no school, 2020, so cancel school and everything. So I'm not, at some point I wasn't interested because it's about studying and anyway. So yeah, but then just because she kept on popping in my feed, she kept on popping, so I got curious and tried watching her. I literally would watch her content, and then actually it helped me at some point because after 2020 2021, when the online classes started, I feel like she was one of the reason why I'm still learning despite of the online modality. So, but I know that you might have seen her on TikTok or YouTube because she's the queen of study tips, and like advice. She also give advice, but she's looking one of the realest influences out there. So during the elections, she's posted a content encouraging young voters to think critically, check facts, and not just follow viral trends blindly. So she's the kind of influencer who reminds you that being smart is cool and that being kind is powerful and that influence means responsibility. So I think if only all the content creators or all the people who have that platform are like her, yeah, like just posting real things out here and no negativity, just positivity, I think this world will foster into Kiwi. Anyway, I'm just saying that I hope. I really hope. I hope. So yes, influencers and content creators, they should be held accountable for what they post. But at the same time, platforms like YouTube, TikTok, or even Facebook, they should also be like strict with their protocols or their rules when it comes to posting that kind of post. You know what I mean? But in the end, you, me, we, the audience, we should also be smart enough to know if those posts are real or not, or are they spreading misinfo, malinfo, or disinformation. And that is why media and information literacy is important.
I guess what I'm trying to say is